Happy holidays, folks. It's Friday, and I know you need to get ready for the weekend filled with sports. It's the Weekend Sports Report. I'm your host, Damon Silk Gibson.
Hey, when I give these keys, homeboy, don't move my car, man. Don't move my shit, man. Ho, baby, what's your name?
Audible, Major, Weezy.
Welcome to the weekend, yeah. Welcome to the weekend, yeah. Welcome to the weekend, welcome to the weekend, yeah. Welcome to the weekend, sport report. Welcome to the weekend, sport report. Yeah, Silk, what the word be? Got the people in awe with your words, G.
It's an off weekend for most FBS schools as they prepare to get ready to go bowling. But we do have an annual battle between our nation's finest men. It's the annual Army versus Navy game from Lincoln Financial Field. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. Army comes in as a heavy underdog with a 3-8 record, also giving up 400-plus yards a game and allowing 31 points a game. Quarterback Angel Santiago has the tough task of moving the ball against Navy. Santiago comes in with 161 carries for 638 yards and a traditional triple option attack. The one bright spot for Army is their turnover ratio. They only have 14 total turnovers, which ranks 13th in the nation. Navy comes in with a 7-4 record, which makes them bowl eligible, and a dual threat quarterback in Keenan Reynolds. Reynolds has thrown for more than 1,000 yards and rushed for more than a stack, and has 26 total touchdowns, and 8 of them are in the air. Navy has produced 11 straight wins in this annual affair, and 13 total Commander-in-Chief trophies, winning 20 of 22 between Air Force and Army. Look for Navy to move to 8-4 and make it 12 in a row as the midshipmen beat up on poor old Army again, and move on to the Bell Helicopter Armed Forces Bowl as they take on Middle Tennessee State on December 30th from Fort Worth, Texas. This week, folks, we are introducing the NCAA basketball segment, where I will put the spotlight and make it hot on the big matchups across the country. Now, the season is in full tilt. We have two legends going toe-to-toe as Coach John Calipari and the Kentucky Wildcats take on Roy Williams and the UNC Tar Heels. Wildcats seem to keep the phrase one and done alive, and superstar freshman Julius Randle has been getting attention coast to coast. He is 6'9", he can handle the rock, and he can bang down low with the best of them. Randle is averaging 17 points per game and shooting 53% from the floor. Roy Williams comes in with a young bunch, and word on the street from Hillsborough Ave is the Tar Heels can win or lose to any team in the country at any given moment. After losing to UAB, then coming back to beat last season's national championship team, Louisville. Heels guard Marcus Page is coming into his own as an ACC point guard and one of Roy's leaders of the team. Page averages 19 points a game, which leads the Heels and under 4 assists a game. James Michael McAdoo may not be the next coming of Antoine Jamison, but he has worked on his mid-range game, and he's still a threat to put the ball on the floor and create things himself. Tar Heels defense is playing at a high level, allowing a little under 65 points a game, but only scoring 77 points, which is a bit of a concern considering the fact that Roy Williams loves to run up and down the court. Look for the Tar Heels team effort to work in their favor as they defeat the Wildcats.
We promote safe sex. Check out this video from CTF UENT.
Y'all gonna need these for the party.
Hey, son, you ain't got nothing smaller than this?
Here you go.
My man.
Now, folks, let's move over to the NBA, where the Los Angeles Lakers will take on the Charlotte Bobcats from lovely Charlotte, North Carolina. Who would have thought the LA Lakers would be at the bottom of the Western Conference standings, a 31st ranked defense, and an NBA Hall of Famer, Kobe Bean Bryant, who is still trying to work himself back into game shape. The Lakers head coach Mike D'Antoni has been known for offense, but his defense has always been the elephant in the room. The Lakers give up 103 points per game on D, and the frustrating thing for LA is the lack of offensive production, ranking 14th in the association. The Bobcats, on the other hand, sit one game away from 500. The Bobcats defense allows 92 points per game, which ranks 4th in the NBA. New York City streetball king Kemba Walker leads all Bobcat scorers with 17 points a game, and newly acquired center Big Al Jefferson holds it down in the paint, averaging 9 rebounds a game. LA has been losing to teams you would never, ever think that they would lose to. Look for Kobe Bean Bryant to gain more confidence against the Bobcats. I'm sure Michael Jordan will be in attendance for this one. I'm taking the Bobcats in this one, folks. Let's hop a flight and head west to the Bay Area, where going dumb for the Golden State Warriors is no surprise. Golden State looks to keep the winning ways going as they take on the red-hot Phoenix Suns. Former Detroit Pistons and Chicago Bulls former guard Lindsey Hunter is now the head coach for the Suns, and he's bringing a winning attitude to Phoenix. The Suns sit in second in the Pacific Division with a 12-9 record and an above-average roster, led by Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe comes in averaging 18 points per game, and former Duke big man Miles Plumlee is grabbing boards like a madman, averaging 8 rebounds a game. The sleeper for the Suns this season is Goran Dragic. His passing ability makes it even easier to score. He is averaging 18 points per game and 6 assists. The Warriors sit right behind the Suns in the standings at 12 and 10. Steph Curry is at his usual shooting ways, averaging 23 points per game. Andrew Bogut is owning the paint area, grabbing almost 10 rebounds a game. David Lee has stepped his game up, being able to stay healthy and knocking down the mid-range jumper, which takes a lot of pressure off Curry. Golden State ranks 7th in total offense and 18th on defense. Too many explosive plays for the Warriors. Curry will shoot the lights out of the gym again, but the Suns find a way to win, folks. Finally, we ended off on more familiar grounds, the NFL. Ryan Tannehill is a quarterback that gets no love, but he keeps killing haters by getting paid, throwing for more than 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. The Dolphins defense will feel a little more at ease knowing that they won't have to defend the Gronk, who is out with a season-ending ACL tear. Sir Brady has been spreading the ball around as usual and has an amazing 88% quarterback rating. Look for Stephen Ridley, Shane Vereen, and LeGarrette Blount to have the three-headed monster going as Sir Tom and the gang sweep the Miami Dolphins, 27-14. Let's take our talents to Texas, where everything is big except for the defense for the Cowboys. The struggling Cowboys look to fight for a playoff spot against the Green Bay Packers. The boys coming off of a 45-28 shellacking in Chicago, but still are not out of the NFC playoff picture. The Cowboys defense can't stop a nosebleed and have jokesters all over the field. With the 26th ranked defense, and as quiet as it's kept, their secondary may be the worst in the league, not being able to catch a cold butt naked in Alaska. The Pack comes in with the same scenario, not being eliminated from the playoffs as well. Aaron Rodgers will be out again, so up comes Matt Flynn. The highlights for the Packers is the play of Eddie Lacy, who has 887 yards rushing, and the number one beneficiary is Jordy Nelson from Kansas State, with over 1,000 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. This is a tough one, but look for Romo and his 98% quarterback rating to finally take over and not leave it up on the defense. Cowboys keep it pushing, 31-27. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, folks. That was your weekend sports report. I'm Damon Silk Gibson, and I will see you next week. Monkey Head and Miss Green, shout out.
I don't know who you are, but I want to thank you for babysitting that little bad motherfucker, man. About to enjoy this me time. He'll bring his bad ass back.